What's up, Keep Pounding crew? Back today with another video. Keep pounding. Today's topic is Robby Anderson getting the big extension and roster cuts ahead of the 80-man roster. If you like the video, if you like the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, select all, leave a comment down below if you feel like doing so. Let's get into it. Now, Panthers signed Robby Anderson to the extension, which keeps him here through 2023 after already picking up the DJ Moore option recently for 2022. Now, this gives Sam Darnold both of his major weapons and all the reason for success going forward this year. The only thing that could slow him down is injuries with wide receiver spot and with him as well. So if that O-line doesn't do their job, that's on them. If the wide receivers don't get the job done, that's on them. You know, otherwise, Sam has no excuse not to be successful this year, other than injuries and these players not getting the job done. So, moving on to the roster cuts. On August the 23rd, which was yesterday, we had wide receiver Christian Hogan cut, which I had no problem with. Hogan didn't really stand out to me. I saw a couple of catches from him, but, didn't really stand out to me. Moving on. Guard, Michael Harrell. I thought, okay, well, that's a guard spot. I had a feeling he would get cut, but I don't know that it's a great idea to be cutting a guard at this point. But, you do you, Matt. I trust you. You know what you're doing. So, I have no problem with it. And defensive tackle, Walter Palmore. Now, Palmore did not impress me. He didn't really get on my radar. So, I agree with this cut as well. You see him quietly make a few plays, against the Ravens and the Colts in those two games. But in training camp, he didn't really get my attention. And apparently he didn't get the coach's attention either. So, again, I wish all those three players well and the best of luck in their careers. Wherever they may end up, take what you learned with you. Apply it. Now, minus our playbook, of course. As of today, the last two cuts to make it 80-man roster are Kendall Donnerson, which, again, didn't really catch my attention. Defensive tackle position's looking a little bit rough after that Ravens game. If you've been paying attention to that, during that game, we gave up a lot of rushing yards that we shouldn't have given up. I think part of that was Kendall Donnerson and also Karan Reed, who also was cut today. So, makes you think, what are we doing at defensive tackle now that we lost 3 defensive tackles off the roster? We trimmed some of that fat off. I agree with the moves, but let's see what happens at defensive tackle. I'm keeping my eyes on that position now. and I think everyone else should too. It's a major position uh, of need at this point, and if we can get things straightened out on run stopping, that's going to be a major plus for this defense. We've already got a lot of potential on defense already. I've been very impressed with the corners who have been aggressively tackling. Now the next step is aggressively pass breaking up in press coverage. So I'd like to see that. I'd like to see some closing speed from the corners. But, these guys are starting to look like the 2015 corners. And that's a huge, huge compliment. Saying that you have gotten that far in your journey. And we've only gotten through 2 preseason games so far. And this is Tuesday, folks, leading into the last preseason game. So, huge compliment to them. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep working hard. Keep acting like workhorses. That energy will transfer to the rest of the defense. I promise you it will. Be the first to make a play, like Coach Rule said, and you will be rewarded. Notice this man has not cut any corners yet. That's saying a lot. That speaks volumes that the corner position is wide open. We got a lot of talent there. And I got a feeling that the player that I'm going to be most disappointed with that gets cut ahead of the 53 is going to be a corner. There's always that one that I think is a major mistake, and they'll use them against us. So I will say this very, very clearly, management. Be careful who you cut. And I'll say this again. Be careful who you cut. Because the Bills are waiting for our table scraps. The Giants are waiting for our table scraps. The teams in our division are waiting for our table scraps. Be careful. Don't cut the wrong player. So hopefully they're aware of it. Because the amount of players that we have cut or released during regular season, the majority of them have gone to Buffalo. It's a trend, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't noticed it, go look at the transactions page. It's there. It's obvious. It's plain as day. So, I think we made the right decisions this week, and I'm excited for the future. We got a lot of talent still on this roster to trim down, but it's going to lead to some very, very difficult decisions, and it's going to make some people unhappy, including myself. But that's okay. Do what you have to do, Matt. I trust you. This fan base trusts you right now. Be careful. And don't betray that trust. We're with you. We're on the train. So let's see what happens. We've got a 53-man roster to trim down before the last week of preseason. I believe it happens after the preseason game, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure which day is the deadline. Y'all will have to let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got a lot out of it. Keep in mind, if you are interested in joining the Yahoo Keep Pounding Facebook League, we do have all spots open right now. You will be playing for fun, not prizes this year. I wish we could have gotten prizes, but, no autographs this year. So, you'll be playing for fun. So, hit me up on the Facebook page, Keep Pounding in all caps, to join in. That in mind, I hope this video finds you happy, healthy, and safe. As always, keep pounding.